You share Bala in the meanwhile. I will.
You have to turn it on.
Yeah. Oh. 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 Sahana bhavatu. Sahanau bhunaktu. Sah viryam karavavahai. तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ॐ. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्च अर्थेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः. तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकम् सत्यं परं धीमहि. सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. हरि ओम्.
Okay. We were in Krishna Leela, Bala Leela. They were crawling, we saw so many things, and then it is Krishna Balaram together. Bhagavatam, Bala Leela, until they both are told. So Krishna, they were started now toddling, and we saw what was their walker, the tail of the calf was the walker. Krishna would just hold on to that, and then as the calf runs, he would run with the calf. Imagining such a sight itself is so beautiful. So they start walking. Now the children have started walking. They would wander into streets and covering themselves with mud. They would come home and stand with their eyes wide open as though they were afraid of their mothers and their scolding. Yeah. The mothers would gather them in their arms, and with the dust and mud soiling their silken dresses, they would hug their children. The children would smile, and their teeth, which had just begun to appear, would charm all of them like the thin silver of moon which is seen in the sky. The gopis would forget their daily tasks. So absorbed would they be with the antics of the two children in Nanda's house. We saw that Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. They grew up to run all over the place. They began to play in Gokula with children in the other houses. For hours on end, they would be missing. And Yashoda and with Rohini would begin to worry. So passed the days of their early childhood. So they were not just sons of Yashoda and Rohini. They were sons of all Gopikas in the Gokula. Everybody considered Krishna as their son. That beautiful thing, it will come, no? In Bhagavatam only it comes later. When Krishna enters the Kamsa's wrestling arena, when he enters, so there is an entire crowd with different bhavas. Bhagavatam, sometimes I feel, is a description, is a, what do you say? Not description. It is an explanation, whatever, of Bhagavad Gita. One Bhagavad Gita shloka we take, and there are so many things as stories that are described in Bhagavatam for many times and when both of these are there, we are so blessed that little bit of both of these at least they are talking to us. So this there is one shloka in Bhagavad Gita, right? Wherever a man's Shraddha goes, there I fulfill him, where it, so we don't even have to branch it like material or anything. Wherever one's Shraddha is, that becomes fruitful. That is how that Bhagavad Gita shloka is, not remembering, Yamyam something, Yatyat something, okay, Shraddha Chala. So however that Shraddha is, so wherever we pay attention to, we can see. That is how it happens in our lives too, right? Wherever our attention is, all the energies are put in that, right? So, and he says, in whatever state they are in, I reciprocate to them in the same way. In whatever, so even that, for us, Bhagwan might have been something maybe in our childhood, asking for marks. I don't know, whatever. It could be anything, so that I'm not called out in the class or whatever. It can be many things. And slowly it also changes. So he has reciprocated in the same way, right? And that is how he builds that in communion with the Bhakta, with the Jiva. So, like that, it is one entire scene as Krishna enters. There are different bhavas for each of them when Bhagavan is entering the court, when Bhagavan is entering that, for Kamsa it is fear. So Bhagavan is seen as Yamaraja, giving the darshan like Yamaraja to Kamsa. All the elders, all the those who are, the grandmas and the grandpas looking at such a small child, they feel like my grandson, So he looks like a grandson for all of them. That is the darshan given. For the wrestlers, the darshan given is another wrestler. With that, the one who is now coming to compete with them. And for the Gopabalas, he is giving darshan like a little boy. For Vasudeva and Devaki, their dear child. So it is for each of them, and for the Gopikas, their beloved. So it is some form coming in, entering. So for each of them, each of the thing is given. That is what even later in Bhagavatam, I was reading it. Krishna himself is telling to Uddhava, right? And that Uddhava Upadesha is one like huge. So he's telling, I come in whatever form the Bhakta imagines me in. That is the beauty of Bhakti. So, like that, he was like that. That is what he's showing here also for the Gopabalas. He was a friend for all the mothers who looked at him, and in that Vatsalya Bhava, he was like a child, their own child. For all the Gopikas, he was their beloved, you know. It is so beautiful. For even the trees, and we will see all that beauty coming up, right? For the trees and Yamuna and for the birds, everything, how it is that Sat Chit Ananda, right? Krishna, we saw Sat Ananda, right? That was the root word. So the child is just all over the place. What is that called? Omnipresent. This is how he is omnipresent. Anything, Arti?
That I was just thinking about Ekam Sat Vipraha Bhavda Vadanti. He is just one, but being called by, so like you said, no, there's so many different persons. So he is the Yamadharmaraj. He
Yeah.
is the Vishnu, he is the Shiva, he is the Brahma, he is the, and he is the mother, he is the father, he is the guru, he is the child. That is what is shown in that barbaric story also, right?
Mm. Yeah, beautiful it is.
And he is there anyway. But according to that shloka, if you're saying, yeah, so how everybody perceives, that's all. But it is oneness how everybody perceives. He looks like Yavadharmaraja, he looks like this. But behind everybody, everything,
Yeah.
it's only him.
Yeah.
It's only him.
That is what always Swami quotes that, not remembering a Kabir's thing. What I went on calling out Rama, 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 Rama. And then at one point, Kabir nahi raha, it was only Rama. So the I in me is not me, it is him. So in that state, he alone is
Atma Rama.
Atma Rama. The moment Atma Rama is recognized, then it is Atma Vasyamidam Sarvam. No? Everything. That is what Bhagavatam says. Isha Vasyamidam Sarvam says the Upanishad. Yeah. Bhagavatam Bhakti Grantha, always Swami says, Upanishads must have told Atma Vasyamidam Sarvam. But Upanishad is telling Isha Vasyamidam Sarvam. In that so much. But Bhakti Grantha Bhagavatam says Atma Vasyamidam Sarvam. The same mantra is given here. Same thing with Atma. Atma Vasyamidam Sarvam Yat Kitcha Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tyaktena Bhunjitaha Madhrita Kasya Svitham. Same thing with Atma. So this is no less than the Upanishad. That's what he says. It's a Paramahamsa Grantha. No? That is what after every chapter it is given. Like how we chant the Bhagavad Gita as Upanishatsu, when we chant Bhagavatam, it is Paramahamsa Samhita. Yeah, so it's such a yeah. And this is how probably it is, what is that omnipresence? Omnipresence is, it's now that bhava is there even at the mind level. It is just filled with that small little child for all the gopas and gopikas. And then there is no mind only. Omnipresence. Krishna. Thanks. We didn't start, right? Did we start? I don't know. That was there in that, so I just went.
We had started this, right?
We started.
Okay.
Continue
Yeah.
reading, Arti.
Krishna was old enough to begin his pranks. It was his eternal delight to tease the gopis. Yashoda had to listen often to the complaints about her son's mischief in the houses of the gopis. It became almost a daily ritual, this string of complaints about Krishna. One of them told her, "Your son has become mischievous beyond words. One day it was time for me to milk the cow. I went there, and what do I found? Your son has untied the calf and it has drunk all the milk, and I found nothing for myself. When I saw him standing by, I scolded him. He just laughed at me. Another gopi said, your son has become proficient in the art of stealing. He has 100 ways of stealing curds and butter from my house. He eats up some of it and the rest he gives to the monkeys which are waiting in the trees. He then breaks the pots. His mischief is too much. A third gopi said, he comes to my house looking for curds and butter and milk. Sometimes he does not find them. Then he hurts the children by pinching them and runs away after making them cry.
This thing, no? They say, I've heard from many Bhagavatats telling that. So Krishna runs as he's running inside. After stealing, also he sees in a cradle a baby sleeping. So he pinches that baby and goes, and the baby cries. This is one of the pranks. So the bhava of the Bhagavatas, they say Krishna is looking at the child saying, why are you born? Still. So he's giving one pinch and going, like that. Cha, with your thing again, you have come back to this world.
Correct, correct.
Like that.
That is why birth and the death are treated so similarly in our, the 30 days Sutka and everything, right? It is.
Yeah.
In those
Sometimes I
days, they
feel,
didn't even celebrate birthdays. Nobody knew their birth date.
yeah.
It's not like a celebration, not like a great thing.
Yes. Ramana Bhagavan says, when somebody asks something, பர்த்டேக்கு என்ன செலிப்ரேஷன் உட்கார்ந்து அழணும் நான் பிறந்தேனே we must sit and cry that அனித்யம் அசுகம் லோகம் to this I am born. So that kind of a thing. And yeah, I don't know birthdays.
So much is importance is given to that day. So such a strong conditioning, no? But if you look at it this way, like again, I have come into this samsara.
Yeah. That's why all that is similar actually.
Yeah.
But maybe death is, if we look at Bhagavatam after reading, it can consider it as auspicious. Some set of vasanas are done now. But of course, depends on how we live life.
Now, what if we collect again? That's a
Yeah.
big problem.
If we
No.
had collected so many and seeped into ignorance, then it all
Even
depends.
the way they used to, if you look at Ramayana, in the Ramayana, there's a lot of confusion in the age of Sita and Rama. Because in one place, I may not tell it exactly correctly. In one place, they are saying Sita was 6 years and Rama was 12 years.
Yeah.
And in another place, this is when they leave for the Vanavasa.
Oh, I thought when they got married.
When they got married. When they got married, they were 6 and 12.
Correct.
And when they were going into the forest, they say some 25 or something, some number like that.
Yeah.
So, in a way, they say when they say 6 or 12, they may not have exactly been 6 or 12. They may have calculated the age since we call them Dvija, right? When the twice born. When for the boys, the Upanayanam is done, and for the girls, the Ritu.
Sitting, for girls, what?
Puberty.
Oh.
Something like that. So, from that time, the number is taken.
Oh.
So, you will not get a definite number. It is not in terms of the number of years.
Yeah. This Monday to this January to December was not even there, right? The time was more sensible, we can say, at those days, rather than now. It is all aligned with nature's cycle. Now, I don't know what sense. So, yes, Aarti, why did you bring that up?
Sorry, I got a call in between.
Okay.
No, so I was just saying, so this birth and death, it's an extension to what you said, right? So one is pinching and saying,
Yeah.
why are you are born again? When Krishna is telling, right? So it is one great celebration now, and everything is opposite. You will put a candle, you will blow it out, and all those things on the birthday. But in reality, is it? It is just a reminder that we are caught in this samsara.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes. Nalla alu. They say, no, cry nicely, and the Krishna pinches and goes. It's a leela. Okay. To see us.
Yeah. These are reminders for us, right? All this leela is, in a way, it's a celebration that there's a new, for the parents, probably it's a celebration.
See, even if with awareness, if we look at it, okay, it is a celebration that now this instrument is given for the uddhar of the jiva, for the jiva's progress. If that much awareness and all, so much, this, as actually this bhakti and all this comes, we become very grateful to this body, isn't it? It is the, I was reading, it was so beautiful. This Deham, when somebody asks Swami Ramatirtha, he says everything is God, Rama, everything is Rama. So he asks, what is his body? Is this body also that? This body is his power expressed. Everything is his power. So the more and more one, what do you say? Has moved away from the mind world, the mind created. That is ignorance, that's all. It is not. So once more and more one knows that asangata, one is more and more at the feet of the Lord, then there is so much of love and reverence for this body also. Then this body is a gift given by the Lord for this janma, so that this can be used in the right way for his service. That is what Kayena Vacha Manasendriyeva, all that we. So with awareness, it is that. But when we are deeply without vairagya, when we are into indulgence, that is when such slaps are needed for us to say that this body is not me. There is no need to, celebrate birthdays. For someone who is in that deep ignorance, all these things are necessary to wake us up. To say, see, you're not this body. It will go away.
And to also get a Manusha Janma in a on Bhumi, right?
Yeah.
They say you could have the, in all the 7 lokas, you can be in a higher loka, but even if you are in the higher loka, whatever vasanas you have, if in the higher loka, you can only kalichify. What is that?
Redeem it.
Redeem those by coming into this Bhumi, into Bhumi.
Yeah.
By taking birth, a physical birth. Only then, by living in this life, that those vasanas can actually be redeemed. So, in that way, we are fortunate that we have been given this opportunity to let go, to move beyond the vasanas, to be with the divine at all point in time. And some of them will not look at it. The great bhaktas and all, I don't mind being born again and again. I would love to be born again and again, thinking about you, oh Krishna.
Yeah. See, if the life is filled with just Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Bhakta Sangha, what else? Okay, give me life. The problem is the mind world. The problem, that is the issue. Yeah? Okay, whatever happens, let it happen. That is your whatever, But the mind is filled with this, then give me more. It is so.
I want to serve you. So let me
That's
be
all.
coming again and again. Let me come and I just want to serve you.
Yeah. This Vairagya thing is very necessary whenever we are caught in the indulgence. At that time, these things will not help. oh, body, all that will not help. You know, giving an explanation that this body is such a gift, so I am celebrating the birth of the body. You know, all those are not. It is the ego's, what do we say? Excuse for not having enough spiritual strength. So it's a walking on the razor's edge only. Intellect can deceive us at any point in time. That is why we need such granthas. We need to surrender to the words of Bhagavan. That's all. We don't know if we are just surrender, he will guide us then and there, then and there.
I was that's anyway, we'll move. I was studying this Dvaita philosophy. In that, it says, there are three types of jivas. One are the Sajjivas, who are always striving to move towards Bhagwan, Narayana. Second set are the Samsaris, who are constantly stuck there only, moving again and again the materialistic plane. And then there are the other jivas who are in the tamas plane. The Sajjivas are the sattvic. The ones who are samsara, they will continue to be in that samsara. That is the rajasic jivas. And then you have the tamasic jivas, who keep going spiraling downwards. And according to that, I am still, Dvaita, they will be like that. All these three kind of jivas will always be there. There will be some in the sattva, some in the samsara, some in the this thing kind of. I was just remembering that. It doesn't seem relevant here. But I'm still trying to grasp it. So then what the other two do not have a chance. But if all of them are devoted, they will not even be devoted. We do see such people around though. There are samsaris who have no inclination.
Is it for one janma or eternal jivas?
I don't know. I am still studying. That just came up to me, but
we do not. Yeah, that's the thing. You have to see. Anyway.
It cannot be permanent, because even when you look at the Bhagavatam and all that, see, it can be that there will be all these three type of jivas, and all of them are being, they are aswatantra. This is what it says, aswatantra. They don't have a free will of their own. They are that way. The divine is only guiding them. So if they just turn to the divine, things will change. They will have a possibility. Anyway, we'll leave this. That's why I was a little doubtful about talking.
As long as, okay, this is also another, but then...
If you look at it from an ego plane, total ego plane, right?
That's what. So when it is at that, we are aswatantra only. Anyway, in the prakriti plane, that's no freedom.
There's no freedom. This cannot be looked at from the Kshetrajna perspective. It has to be looked at only in the ego perspective, because that is Dvaita, right? When we coming in. It has to be understood very differently.
Yeah. Somebody told, no, I think it was Supreet. He was saying more than Dvaita, call it Tattvavada. Because what Madhvacharya has given is the Tattvavada. So he's talking about the multiplicity, whatever. Just just the other way of, he's talking about whatever, the multiplicity in creation. And one Ishvara, Paramatma. That I don't know, but then more of everything. So that's why all that Taratamya, everything has come.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the in Srimad Bhagavatam, when I was reading, it was very beautiful. I will just bring that, just to bring that oneness in. And this Dvaita is more about serve, connected to him as Ishvara, right? The master servant. And that is how bhakti is.
It's a complete bhakti marga. How can I, there is a total negation of the possibility of becoming the way it is seen as becoming God. We don't say it in Advaita, it is not becoming God. It means there is only God everywhere. But they say there is a God in Dvaita, God and Jiva are separate. God, Jiva, matter, God and soul, they are different. Paramatma, Jivatma. Then you have Jata, matter. And it talks about how every soul is different from every soul, which is true at the material plane. If you see, every single jiva is very unique. So, jiva beda, jiva jata beda. The matter and jiva are also different because jiva has conscience and sentience, whereas a jata, stone or something will not have sentience. So, like that, they have given different types of beda. But the only Swatantra in all of this is Paramatma, is Bhagwan, is Narayana. Everything else is Aswatantra.
All these are the same. Siddhanta. So always Swami says Advaita is not a Siddhanta. It is a realization.
It's an experiential thing.
Complete realization. Yeah. There is no Siddhanta. If you make it a Siddhanta, that means already we have come down to Dvaita.
Correct.
We are accepting something other than Bhagwan. Means we are Dvaitis. That's all. Anyway, something I went, now I'm not remembering the... Yeah. So, Uddhava, a lot of things he keeps asking, for our sake. So, when he's asking about all that, there are many places where Krishna, but then he says, all these modifications of just to do that Anvaya, what do you say, to bring it back. The threefold all the modifications of Prakriti, the body, senses, mind, okay, all that is cropping in you, Uddhava, Bhagavan is telling. It is not real. It is appearing from somewhere. Do we know from where this body came? And the moment if this body drops, we don't know, it just goes, right? Becomes ash, that's it. So, suddenly why it drops? That is what is Avyakta Dini Madhya. So, it is there in the middle, like the serpent in the rope. It does not exist in the beginning. It will not stay forever. Yeah. And all the 6 states, the birth, existence, that's what, there are growth, transformation, decay, death. This existence is not the pure existence. He's talking about just there, the body. So all these also Uddhava, know that all of these are also just going away. So, what persists before the appearance of anything and after the appearance of something does not exist in the middle also. So, this is the first Upadesha that he gives to Brahma. And the same Upadesha is giving now to Uddhava also. Yeah, he says, what existed. So, the body comes, the body say does something, and then the body goes away. A thought comes, thought becomes action. Yeah, and something else, it becomes branches out, and then again that thought goes away. So everything is just coming and going, and there is something which is there in this coming and going. Uddhava know that to be me. So this is ultimate Advaita. He is not bringing Jiva at all here. Yeah, ignorance is where I think there is something there. Yeah, there is something there which has the vasana, which is coming up as his body. All these are the plane of ignorance. Krishna says, you are not there, Uddhava. I am alone. That is the very first Upadesha in Chatushloki. Yeah, he says, Ahameva Samevagre. Brahma know that I alone was, I alone am, I alone will be. You do not exist separately. That's all. So this itself is an upasana. The more and more we, this is the way which it takes us to the, so sometimes, this is the upasana which Krishna is telling here. So Uddhava know that none of these affect in which all these things are happening. So they do not affect me. So that is the ultimate thing. He says, it is anything that comes and goes, they all are happening. So that in this picture, there is no ego at all which is brought up. Yeah. There is no Jiva Bhava. So here we always say it is Jiva Bhava. All these are Hridaya Granthi, the knots in the Hridaya, which is giving that resistance, and bringing up that ignorance. Yeah, I think we just went.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a good. So for them, yeah, by just immersing all the Gopikas, Gokula Vasas in his beautiful Leelas, the glorious, wondrous Leelas, the ego is just dissolved. There is no thoughts related to me, mine, my likes, dislikes, anything, no my preferences, nothing for all of them. Right? That is how in this marka is showing, Krishna is showing. And it is also said Krishna Avatara, especially these Leelas, before these Leelas are called Madhura Leela. Once he goes to Dwaraka, all that becomes Aishwarya Leela. Okay, the final is that Guru, right? Giving that Upadesha. But the first, these very sweet ones, they say, he brings mainly for women, because it is very something, like our own child, isn't it? It is something where all women can. So an avatara which completely targets women, they say. That kind of because no other avatara is. So Krishna avatara until he goes to Dwaraka. The whole thing. So this can be done anywhere, no? Being at home, this bhakti. We don't have to go anywhere.
It brings joy just listening to all this Madhura Leela. It is anyway, it just can brings just that it brings one visualization and imagination. We can connect with it so beautifully. It automatically brings one joy, a smile on the face, whatever, right? So
Yeah.
connects us to that divinity within so easily when we listen to all of these. Yet another you want to say something, Bala?
Nothing. We'll go.
Yet another complaint was we are bent on our household task. We cannot always sit on guard over the butter pot. So we keep it in a dark room. And even that in a dark corner. Your son does not care how dark the room is. The jewels he wears are like lamps, and he finds out where the pot is placed and steals all of it if we are not there. We saw all of this last week. How he is the
Yeah.
light in the darkness. So he is the light in the darkness. He is self-illumining. He doesn't need another light
Yeah.
to illumine. If I keep it beyond his reach, said another gopi, he tries another trick. He sees the butter pot hanging from the roof. It is placed in a receptacle made of rope. Krishna first places the tripod I use for the churning of the butter. We saw all this, right?
Yeah, we saw.
We'll go down.
You today, you're stealing. He's undaunted. Yeah, we saw this entire story also. I cleaned up the place. Dirty water and poured inside the house. This maybe we can say. I had just cleaned up, said Anand.
I just cleaned up, said another. I had cleaned up the place. Krishna came and he asked for butter. I did not give him any butter, and he became very angry with me. When I was busy with other things, he brought all sorts of muck from outside, from the street, and he brought dirty water and he poured it inside the house. He strewed the entire house with the dirt he had brought with him. This is so symbolic. Okay. If you look at it internally, he is asking for that butter. That butter is that churned, very clean sattva nature of yours. Very well churned and removing all that is not needed, that pure, light, fluffy, that sattva nature of yours. But you are not giving that. Okay. So what happens immediately? Everything from outside, all the muck from outside comes. When the mind is not with him, it is not clean. When he's asking, even sometimes, I have read this in The Alchemist. It's a book, there's a book called The Alchemist. In that, that is a desert area and all that. So there they are, one person is a shopkeeper. He keeps saying, I have to go to Hajj, I have to go to Hajj. And then it is a story about one shepherd who is going through a desert with his sheep. And there, this person who is in the shop, he tells this boy who is a shepherd that I must go for Hajj, I must go for Hajj. That calling is there from within. It is a way to connect with the divine, right? Must go for Hajj, I must go for Hajj. But forever he's telling, I should do that, I should do that, I should do that. He's never taking the step. And after some time, when the shepherd came back, he had still not gone on Hajj. He says now that voice also has dulled, dimmed. From within, there is a calling constantly. There is a constant call by the divine to himself. He is calling, he is asking you to turn. If we heed to him, that is like giving the butter and, churning ourselves and cleaning ourselves, going through the Chitta Shuddhi, going through that whole process. And if we go that path, then he is there. Otherwise, after a point, his voice starts getting dull. That means there is so much muck that gets accumulated on top of that. I'm just telling, but I am involving in all the worldly things alone. And then slowly, we cannot hear his voice. When we start ignoring his voice, he will stop calling us. That is how I am relating to this dirty water. So then what happens? We are moving away from him, away from him. Then what? We are going into this materialistic muck.
Yeah, it's very important to recognize the Lord's grace that suddenly comes to us. You know, to recognize itself is a grace. One of the satsangis, he used to say, you know, that is why we do that now. We calculate our blessings, not calculate, what do you say? Recollect our blessings in life. You know, train the mind to see that everything, not to constantly look for what do I get. What do I get? Because sometimes, the mind is so trained in that only. I even get motivated to do something based on some result, isn't it? Something. There must be some purpose. There must be some. The mind is so tuned like that. This, what is there when there is so much of gratitude and when there is so much of fulfillment wherever Bhagavan has put us, then we feel that fullness. Then Bhagavan is there. Whenever there is fullness, Bhagavan is with us. Whenever there is so much of lack that is felt within, that means I have moved much far away from him.
Yeah.
Something we need to, that is maybe one indication for us to know. Whenever, if I am in a mode of complaining, then I should, I have moved from you.
In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna uses that word Moha Kalilam.
Yeah.
Moha Kalilam. That is, in that Kalilam is like that quicksand, mud, viscous, which pulls us in. We keep getting sucked into that Kalilam of Moha, the illusion of the stories of our own mind.
Yes.
It is building stories, building stories, building stories. We are just going with that delusion, believing that delusion to be the truth, and then more it is sucking us in. I was telling in another class, I think, Atmabodha or something, about how a person was holding on to their jobs. It was not giving them the same joy, but they have put their passion. They are thinking this job is their passion. I need to be with this job. I have given it so much right from the beginning. And now why are these people doing this to me? And in that process, now I have to prove it to them. So working extra hours, I'm working extra. Already I'm stressed. Very stressed because they are not valuing me. I feel like somewhere they are not valuing me. And then, but now I have to prove myself. I have to prove myself. So I'm working extra hours. More extra hours means now I'm not able to give time for my children. So now guilt is also added with the stress. Now I am calling my parents to take care of the children because I have to prove myself. I have to give extra hours. Now parents are coming and I'm feeling more guilty that I am troubling my parents who are older. So it's like that quicksand, no? Constant pulling, one thing piling on each other. Still, I am not able to see. This is my passion. This is my passion. Passion is inside you. It is not in that. That is Jata Vastu. The work is Jata. It is just there. The passion is inside you. Whatever you do, you will find that passion in something else if passion is your mode. I have to work hard. I have to prove it to them. What? No. What is coming up there? I is coming up so strongly, which is an illusion. And then after 3 days, after we had the discussion, he said, I think Krishna Bhagwan only sent it was time. So as a reminder, he said, I'm moving out of this project. She's looking so light, so happy.
Yeah.
So good. So we hold on. As though it is the material life which is.
Yeah. So this whatever dialogue he had with you is a grace for him. Many people are so seeped in and they suffer. It's so difficult.
Yeah.
At
But
least
at
he was
least this
receptive.
person that little and then shifted.
Yes, yes.
But many
Some
will not do that
receptivity
also.
was there, right?
Mm.
Receptivity is very important.
Mm.
Okay, it comes. That so Bhagwan's way is to push us to that corner that I have no other way.
Hey.
Yeah. He will definitely make us receptive at some point. How early are we waking up is there. Yeah, see, that is very important. Passion is inside us. Okay, that is the swabhava. Some, that will to put that energy is there. But where are we putting that is a choice, no? If that is binding us more and more, the passion is not that work. It's
Mm.
something very important we need to remember.
Raghuramji would always say, joy, you find joy in the work, or if you're joyful, any work is joyful. Anything is good, right? If you
Yeah.
are joy, or you joyfully do anything. What is that word, Divya? How does he say? Exactly, you will say that. Either the...
I don't remember, Archiji. I don't remember. He said, do everything wholeheartedly. I mean, karma, vikarma, karma. That I
No, no. Here, it's something like, he'll say, the joy is not in the work.
Ha, that
Joy,
is.
you do any work joyfully. So then what
Yeah.
it is, you are joy.
How I remember, one thing I remember is, do not work for joy, work out of joy. This was
Yeah.
So
something
if you
Raghuramji
are
used
joyful,
to.
any work it will be fun. So the joy is in you, not in the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, that is the message I'm trying to give. Whatever Raghuramji said.
No, I did that. Ma'am, I had said na that holding. I mean that poster I had in my school. Doing what you like is freedom, but liking what you do is happiness. Actually, that joy comes when you go beyond your likes and dislikes. But that joy is in
Yeah.
us. We realize it much later.
Perfect. Yes. Whatever I'm doing, I like it.
Yes.
Whatever I'm doing, I'm passionate about it. I'm joyful. I am happy.
Actually, when we try to like it, now we come to realize that there is nothing much to dislike.
Yeah.
When we try to like it, something.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
Otherwise,
our
we
nature
stay
itself
so
is
much.
joy. Our nature
Yeah.
itself is Ananda.
This is the magic of Krishna, no? As we read, he pushes us to that Ananda again and again.
Absolutely.
This is his. He pushes us. Somehow, whatever you do, come back to this.
Last week you mentioned Bala and how Narayaniyam Bhattacharya is saying Krishna meaning that bliss.
Yeah.
What was I forgot actually.
Yes. Krish is the Sat. Na come is Ananda. That's what he has given.
Yeah.
So true Ananda, which is beyond the happiness of the senses or the desired fulfillment, whatever. Or these, or beyond the, that's what they say, no? Sukha dukkhe same kritva. You read Swami's Naresh, so beautiful. So, Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha. We are seeing that only, right, in Bhagavad Gita class. So, Sukha dukkha samakam.
Jayamala ji would have known the shloka and recited it.
Yeah. She's not there today.
I don't know, ma'am.
Is Jayamala ji there?
I don't think
No, she's not there today.
It's not there. So Sukha Dukkhe Same. So that Sama, that's what Swamiji was telling him. He says it's so beautiful. It is this Ananda. It is not any balance mind. It's not at the mind level. So Sama is the one who has transcended whether there is desire fulfillment or whether there is no desire fulfillment. It does not affect the Krishna within, the Sthita Prajna within. So that is Sukha Dukhe Samekrit. Labha, Labha, Jaya, Jaya. So then joy, that is true bliss, that is true Ananda. No, Anu Dukhesh, all that also comes, no? For the Sthita Prajna, the one who does not get excited by anything, the one who does not get depressed because of something. All that. No condition. Basically, he is unconditional. Whatever is the condition of Prakriti, the inner one is unconditional. That is what it means by unconditional love. Conditions at all. No conditions apply. Here now. If he is not here, when I am going through pain, if he is not here, then he is not true, right? So, he is behind everything.
So all the while, Krishna would stand by his mother's side. One gopi, enraged at the look on his face, said, "Look at him. He looks as though he's the most innocent of all children. And yet, Yashoda, the pranks of your son are really and truly too many for us to bear them. Punish him." Yashoda would turn towards her son with angry eyes, but looking at his tear-filled eyes and his lips trembling as though with fear and his eyebrows drawn together as though in anticipation of pain, she would not have the heart to scold him. The gopis would also go back to their houses, forgetting their anger and thinking all the while of the beautiful face of Krishna, of his innocent eyes, of his sweet smile and his mischievous ways.
Sorry to interrupt. I just have to leave now. I'm leaving. Guys, continue. Hari Om, Hari Om.
Oh, so we will also close the session. It's okay, Bala.
We'll stop share. Or I'll keep this.
We'll close the session.
Illa, that was a nice thing that came up, right? I shouldn't.
Yeah, we'll do it again. Next week we'll start from there.
Howda?
You hope it's okay. We just have 10 minutes. We can't do much anyway. We will just.
Sherry. Okay.
Yeah, we'll leave. No problem. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya sarve bhavantu sukhinah sarve santu niramayah sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dukkhabad bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.